back. We're just having a few technical issues. We just had a bit of a stream crossover there from Super 1s and Super 2s. So I think we've got it sorted now. So we should be good to go with commentary. So at the moment, our fastest lap's sitting at a 2:21.316. Not too bad, but we will see some these times start to really drop soon, I believe. These cars are definitely very hard to pedal around here. It's a bit of a dancing act. You have to definitely be feathering that clutch quite a bit. Yeah, clutch is your friend on here. And, you know, a lot of throttle control, and definitely you want to be thinking about your trail braking, especially coming into the comb and coming down towards Le Fen and Campus and Stavelo. You definitely want to make sure that you've got your braking and the bus stop also as well. You want to make sure you have your trail braking down pat, because that's where you can really lock the rears up and send yourself sideways and actually cause some problems from other people in the race also. So it'll be a very interesting one, guys. So one to watch will be Lacombe at the top of Radion, the big straight up the top of the hill, and then also the bus stop that we've just seen Jacob Hughes go through there. So it's just coming down. We'll just stay with Jacob Hughes here, and I'll explain the corners. So we're coming through the source here, guys. Down the main start-finish straight. Oh, sorry, the pit straight. And as we come round to the bottom of the hill here, it's Eau Rouge, up through Radion. Very difficult. You need to be wailing on the thing, but just get your line perfectly right. Camel, and then we'll fly down Camel Straight towards the comb. And this is where you really want to be watching your trail braking. Just here, really softly, just as you're down changing, down through Lacombe, Melmedi. We'll come down through here, down this bottom little bootleg here is Bruxelles, or it's also called Rivage. So we come down, it's a challenging little corner. It doesn't seem that challenging, but the camber kind of falls off, and you've also got that elevation change. Come down through Speaker's Corner, so named Speaker's Corner, also called No Name, but it's actually called Speaker's Corner, the original name, because you could only actually see that corner from the speaker's box. As we could see from the camera view with the helicopter going through the trees there, you couldn't actually see it. So here we come down through this section's called Le Fen. So through Le Fen. And this is a challenging little bit. You need to be really dancing on your throttle and your clutch through here. Campus Corner. Flying up through Stavelo. And then your last section of corners. This big sweeping corner in it comes through. You want to be really redlining it, but but just feather on the accelerator around just to get yourself sucked in through the apex there, down through the very famous, down towards the very famous bus stop chicane. We'll definitely see some action coming around here. It's very easy to spin them on the mid section of that chicane, so it's going to be very cool racing. Sorry, that was a lot of words there, Nath. I'll shoot over to Nath, our awesome producer, and hopefully we're all sorted and the stream and everyone's getting our stream. Thank you very much for everybody coming back as well.
Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulty, guys. All new to trying to stream both our races at the same time to the same platform, so we've had a teething issue this evening, but it does look like we are completely back and live, and we have our own stream, so hopefully we don't get hijacked again, and I feel a little more comfortable that everything's set up. We can sort of start having a look through the pack and check out some of the other drivers on track tonight. Man, that is a beautiful looking coloured Mustang.
That is cool, isn't it? That is very cool.
112 of Jake Skilton.
Mr. Skilton doing a nice job coming up through Radion there. Oh, he's gone a bit wide there. He'll cop a bit of a penalty there. It's gone over the track limits there. But we have about, 6.5 minutes of qualifying left, guys. So fastest lap is still sitting at a 2:21. Ooh, thought we'd see that drop by now, but we'll see. These things are hard to pedal around here. 221 is crazy fast around here. but these guys definitely have a little bit more pace in them, I'm sure. What do you reckon, Nate?
Yeah, I think with qualifying, you know, depending on where you really want to push yourself, I think the guys will sort of settle into a groove and find where they're going to sit on the qualifier and then not push it too hard. And, you know, you always want to find that nice medium of racing. So if you can push it harder and try and get into the top 3, but then you're going to be forced off the line like straight away. So some of the drivers might think it's better to set a lower, you know, lap speed, feel a bit more comfortable with it and start from the middle of the pack and work their way through, or even just sit there throughout the whole race.
Yeah, exactly right, because you do have to keep into consideration a 70-minute race. There's a lot of minutes to be racing.
Oh,
That's
yes.
a lot of laps around here that you're looking essentially about between 32 and 33 laps really. So you're looking at quite a few laps around here. It's a big track. That's a lot of laps that a lot of things could go wrong. So, you know, I don't know, if I was racing it, I would probably, as you said, I'd still try to be in the top 10 there, but just try to sit there smartly in the top 10, and there's going to be a lot of action going on the first couple of laps, so just sit back patiently, and you might see some people sandbagging slightly. So yeah, a bunch of guys in the pits now. Looks like we've had a few track limits there gone over. So we're on board with Peter Wilkinson for Locked On Racing. Very nice, very, very nice liveries. I like the livery actually.
Yeah,
their liveries, they're quite cool.
The Locked On Racing boys, their liveries look amazing. They've done such a great job with them. The colour scheme and everything just looks so great.
Yeah, and it's that kind of neon, kind of Miami Vice in the 80s kind of look, isn't it? It's quite cool.
Yeah.
Pink and blue and the black. You know, very, very cool. So, yeah, we'll see these guys. Stephen Lawrence has done... Whoa, Stephen Lawrence is only 2/10 outside as well. Mr. Martin's run there, so that's pretty good. He's having a good little run. Top 3, we've got a Holden and 2 Fords in the top 3 at the moment, guys. So we've got a Holden on the top of the podium at the moment for qualifying.
Very, very close split times too between the top 3. So I reckon they could be the 3 to watch out for. And we've experienced Mr. Braden Martin. And I tell you what, this man can drive.
He definitely can. He can drive a lot of different things too. So yeah, he's no stranger to giving it a bit of jandle. So and he's getting us. Oh, I thought he was showing off there.
Commentators curse. We've done it again, Toddy.
Oh no, that is a hard one coming down through there. It's actually called the double gauche, or double gauche is what the F1s actually call it. But Pouon as well is probably the more common one you'd actually call it. It's very, very hard because if you cop just a touch of inside curb on that, a bit too much inside curb on the apex coming into there, that's what shot him out to the outside. And what'll happen is it'll kind of pull your left tire in, shoot you to the outside, but then as soon as you got shot to the outside, you'll get a bit of dirt on your tires, and that's what'll kind of just keep on sending the motion. You'll sort of propel you to the outside of the track towards the wall, not where you want to be going, essentially.
No, definitely not in a car this heavy and this unruly. Once you get that dirt on the tyres, they definitely don't like it. They're not set up for dirt, that's for sure.
No, 100%. And the things of these things is that they're not like a GT3 car. You know, like GT3 car, yes, you'll have a similar kind of power band and everything, but the amount of aero that's on, say, a GT3 car versus these cars is just insane, if you know what I mean. These guys have very little downforce. It's all about how the driving skill and that sort of stuff. I think if you put a whole lot more aero on these cars, these cars would be a whole lot more faster, but they wouldn't be anywhere near as fun to watch, I don't think.
No, definitely.
Or drive.
the V8s are V8s for a reason, and you know,
make sure you remember that,
Australia has
guys,
definitely
push
made
through it.
V8 supercars
One,
what they
it's
are,
not,
and
one
you know,
it's
too many
not,
changes,
for
then
these
they're
two
just not going to
tyres.
be
I'm pretty
V8s
sure we
anymore,
can
are
get
they?
something for these
Exactly
anyway,
right.
so
You
they
still
can
want to
take
be able
time.
to the whole adage of, you know, what
And
wins on
thanks
Sunday
to
sells
the
on Monday.
advancements, so
Yep.
You know, it's that whole adage
you
of,
should easily be able to make it through that,
you know, you still want, and that's the
1
beauty
hour
of
10.
V8 supercars, and that's
So,
why people, it's so
good
popular
luck
still,
to you
is
all.
because people can go, oh
There's
yeah,
just a
man, I
few
could have
key
my,
things I need to mention
I could
before we start
actually
the race,
own
and
one of
then
them. You know, it's not going to
when everyone
be
gets
as
through, I
race
will
car as that,
remind
but you know,
everyone how we're
you
going
could have a very
to
similar looking
this
um,
formation thing.
Mustang on the road. Yes, they are slightly different as the race car, but it's still, you can still imagine yourself driving one, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Whereas in a
yeah.
GT3 car, you're like, well, I'm never going to be able to drive a brand new V12 Aston Martin, am I? You know, like. But one day in my life, I might be able to afford a Mustang or a Commodore, or you know. So, I suppose it all comes back down to when we're all kids, you know. One day. Watch these when you're a kid, say. Growing up watching these was so amazing. Through all the different years and all the different cars that they've had and all that sort of stuff, because there was those touring car days as well before it was just sort of, you know, I was holding Ford, it was Mustangs and the Camaros, and then, you know, back in the day, and then it was Holden and Ford, and we had all the Tiranas and all that sort of stuff back in the day, and then there was a bunch of different cars. We had the Godzilla with the R32 Skyline, and there was a bunch of other stuff as well. So, you know, along the way, it's been a very awesome sort of Australian motorsport in general. Really, it's been really amazing, and it's great to see Kiwis over there dominating as well.
Oh yes, it's very iconic motorsport as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we're at the end of qualifying.
So quali guys, we have just under a second between third and first there, guys. So they're all in the 21s there, just barely scraped into the just in the 22s there for third, but with Lawrence and Martin in the 21s there. That's Braden Martin, and then we've got Stephen Martin in fourth there. Luke Crum in fifth, Roy Clark in sixth, Mites in seventh, Hughes in eighth, Pavlovich in ninth, and Bradley Wall in 10th. Oh, I'll pass to you, Nath, for the rest of the field, if you like.
Copy.
Yeah, really close top 10, that's for sure. It'll be interesting to see how the boys in the bottom 10 goes. We've got Greg Leake sitting in 11th place. Jake Skill.
We know Greg Leake, he's fast.
We do, yeah. We had a bit of a blast with him the other night.
We did actually, yeah, we did last night. It was heaps of fun actually. He punished me and flipped me a couple of times and all the rest of it. It was heaps of fun in Mayhem last night.
Yeah, but Saturday Night Mayhem is good fun. Good fun. Everybody should get involved with it.
Most definitely. Anybody that wants to come and race on Mayhem as well, it's always welcome.
Yeah, yep. It seems that Super Ones haven't managed to get their stream back up and going yet. We're just trying to work out what's going on.
Still having a few technical difficulties here, guys, so apologies. Seems like we might have hijacked there.
No, we started first. It was really odd. Anyway, it's an issue we'll have to work out as we move forwards with running both races to the streaming platforms. So, you know, it's not going to ever be an easy thing to sort of get two streams running at once, or you think it would be, but then you have issues like this where a stream hijacks another stream. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's things, especially with PCs and technology, a lot of it's out of our control, unless it wants to work.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and the fact that, you know, last week everything worked smoothly and there was no issues and both streams ran without a problem, and then, you know, same sort of setup this week and computer says no.
Yeah, gotta love technology, just forever lowering you into a false sense of security. Hey.
Oh yes. That's all right. It's these things that we are going to be able to work on, and you know, it'll just get better and better as it goes. So
yeah. So bear with us while we do that, guys. Just on a side note, guys, we will be doing a bit of a tribute lap. before the race. Yeah, we've lost a member of the community, a very valued member of the community, Bora Ozturka. So we'll be doing a for Fishy Motorsports. So very very valued member of the community and of the team in Fishy Motorsports. So we'll be doing a tribute lap for Bora Ozturka. Yeah. So our thoughts go out to the families and all our best wishes and loves and good vibes go out to them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be a hard time.
Just a reminder to everyone, when the lights on iRacing go green,
Yeah, it's
don't
never going to
go
be easy.
to
So,
the side of the track you are on.
but it's
If
nice
you are
of
on
the
left
community
side
to
of the track,
recognise
move
him.
to
Hey.
the left. If you are on the right
So we
side
have
of the track,
Peter
move to the
Morris
right,
of
please
Fishy
try not to cause
Motorsport
chaos,
as well,
and don't obviously hit the wall.
and Brad Wall in our race here tonight. No, Brad Wall is Chris Cross. So Peter Morris. Yeah, so I just had the race adjudicator just giving a message over the radio of what was going to happen here, and what's going to happen is as the race starts, everybody's going to move to the side and let the Fishy Motorsport guys go to the front of the pack, and we're going to do a lap in honour, and then there's going to be a safety car called, and then once that's done, then we will resume normal racing. But again, our condolences to the Fishy Motorsport boys and of course Bora's family.
Most definitely. You'll be able to pick out the Fishy Motorsports cars, guys. They always have a sort of, I suppose it's Grello or Yeen, I suppose you'd probably call it, like a green yellow sort of color with black. So they're pretty standout. So you'll be able to recognise those cars tonight. We got Peter Morris in the Fishy Motorsport car that I've just seen there. So these guys are just going to be doing their tribute lap.
Through the field. Safety car.
So we'll have Peter Morris from Fishy Motorsport come through the middle of the pack with the RIP Bora Ozturka riding on his bonnet there.
Copy, just hold up.
Oh wow, he does have it on his bonnet.
Between 100 to 120 k's, as that's what your space will be, and we'll
Very
get everyone
touching.
to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, I don't know how, like, I don't know the community yet, and I look forward to getting to know some of the races in the community, but I can only assume they're just like family, so it's going to be a tough race, and hopefully Peter can put his foot down and win one for the whole team. So
Fishy Motorsports are one of those teams that I really enjoyed watching, and one of the teams that I really enjoyed watching on Facebook and stuff like that. Over the first lockdown, they sort of were one of the teams that really inspired me to get into sim racing and stuff. So big shout out to Fishy Motorsports, guys. I've always enjoyed watching you guys, and you've always been really cool, and you know, the 24 hours of Le Mans and stuff like that. So you guys have always put in massive efforts and always really worked really awesome together, and you're such a tight, awesome crew. So yeah, our hearts go out to you.
yeah, definitely. And it's great to see the community get behind and show the support and respect as well.
What speed are we supposed to be doing?
It is an absolute beautiful looking car and livery though.
I was just about to say that actually. That was a nice shot actually. If you could take a really nice camera shot from there, it would have been really good.
I can take shots. Well, that's probably a lot of things for me to try and work out how to do, but I do know I have a camera shot button.
Preferably speed up, but it's whatever you want to do with your moment you're showing.
So we've got the
Yeah, okay. I'll wait for you guys to get closer.
rest in peace on the back windscreen as well there. Of the if you look closely up on the back of on the top of the rear windscreen.
You know,
RIP Boz.
his wing is so big, you can just
pull
see
up
the
a little
top
bit
of it
to
there.
Maybe 80 or 100 if you can, Peter.
Copy.
So I think when we come up to the sort of last minute of the, as we come down through the Blanchiment and from Blanchiment onwards, I think we have a bit of a moment of silence until the race finish line. So that'll be the second last corner. Very touching, guys. This is awesome. We're doing this in both the Super 2s and the Super 1s tonight as well, guys.
Yeah, that's
And it's
right.
paying some...
The whole community of SRW is really getting behind the Fishy Motorsports team and the families involved, so it's nice for everybody to show their respects.
Nice stuff. It's just very... And it's a great way of celebrating somebody as well, I feel. Obviously, Boz absolutely loved his racing, and a very touching way to honour him.
100%. What better way to, memorize someone in something they loved and enjoyed doing, and of course, built a family of friends whilst doing it.
Most definitely. Should we do a moment of silence from here until the finish line, guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
So coming over the start finish line here, guys, for our moment of silence. We're racing for you tonight, Boz. Hope they got V8s in heaven, buddy. So when we do restart, guys, it will be a safety car restart. Just to make sure that we have everything sorted and that sort of stuff. So there's no confusion over restart, just so everybody knows that. Oh.
Can everyone
Even the
behind
pace car
the
looks pretty nice
form
today,
a
doesn't it?
single file based on your quality positions, please. Single
does,
file
it does.
based on quality positions.
Okay, so the race
We will
marshal
also
is
have
getting
everyone and
everybody
safety car
to
pull to the left
pull back
side
into
of the road,
line of where they were in qualifying positions.
keeping a decent pace, and
And then everybody's going to drop in
Peter, I
behind
will get
the
you to slot in. It's safe to
pace
speed up
car,
a little
and
bit.
they're going
I
to
need
do a
you to
restart.
slot in behind Jake Stilson, please.
What a view of the whole pack coming through.
Yeah, look at that. It's not often you get all of them on track when they're all kind of one by one. You can check them all out. God damn, there's some beautiful looking cars in there, isn't there? Some nice liveries.
Oh, yes.
Suck it up.
I don't know. I haven't picked my favourite yet. I don't know. I've got a couple of shortlisted ones in my head that I won't mention yet. But, you know, towards the end of the season, I'll tell you my favourite looking liveries.
Pete, we're all the same boat, mate.
What position were you in?
Here we go, guys.
I'm very fond of blues, so I feel like the car that I'm going to pick is definitely going to have some blue in it.
Oh, yeah? You do like that, the
Thanks,
the blue and grey fade Mustang.
Yeah, it does look pretty
That one
awesome.
looks like it's a work in progress, so that looks like it might be interesting to see for the rest of the season what it ends up being.
And yeah,
Mm.
we've had
You never
so
know.
much.
I've been playing a little bit around with trading paints, but can't say I'm all that good at it yet. But I've made well over 1,000 liveries on GT Sports, so I'm no stranger to it. It's just trying to use that to put it into iRacing also.
Thanks very much.
So we shall see.
Just had on the comms, we just had a couple of the guys giving their condolences to Peter Morris and Fishy Motorsport.
Fantastic. That's nice.
Thank you.
So we'll endeavour to do a bit of a clip of the tribute as well, guys. Try to put that as a little bit of a separate clip as well.
I've confirmed that everyone is in the correct
Seems
position.
one of the Sinkovich boys has possibly put a Holden livery on a Mustang. Is that why it looks like it's all a bit jumbled?
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on there. Number 24, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Dean Sinkovich. He's
Yeah.
definitely looks a little bit odd, but it also sort of looks a little cool.
It does. Except for the back, you realise that it's not for that car. But other than that, it actually kind of looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah. Bit
It's
of a
kind of like
camo
one of those-
effect.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, they're testing the car when it's a brand new car and they take it out onto the Nürburgring and they don't want anybody to see what exact contours of the car are. You know?
Off, leader, maintain okay until start zone, which is exit of the store. We are not
I do love in iRacing how you can paint the windows though and stuff.
at normal
Put the
turn
numbers
one,
on the
which is
windows and
full
that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the
for
detail,
this
the
layout,
detail
plus
in this game,
um,
ever since
no
I
overlapping
started looking into it and having a bit of a drive myself, the detail is amazing. It looks really
insane.
good.
And
Especially in driving physics. It's just
no overtaking.
like in the difference in the cars I find is the biggest one.
We're getting
Here we
ready
go. So we
for
got the
restart.
safety car peeling off. Here we go. We are tyres down. Are we a green flag yet? It doesn't seem we are a green
Yeah.
flag yet.
I did think they were only going
in pit lane.
safety cars in pit. Safety car
Yeah,
is
we're
in
on
pit.
green flag, so we've got we should have Braden Martin in first there.
Yep, Braden Martin,
we've got-
Stefan Lawrence, Daniel Schultz, Stephen Martin. And they are away.
Here we go. Green lights, green lights. Here we go. Warm rubber on track. Let's go, boys. And girls. Everybody. Here we go. First time up through the Camel. We've had somebody go off at the back of the field there in the purple car. I think we should go back down to the back of the field here a little bit. We've had Peter Pollard just got a bit sideways up through Ratty on there. We'll see if anything led to that incident. Oh wow, he's made a bit of a funny move under brakes there in the braking in straight into the entry to Eau Rouge.
He's
He
lucky.
might have got clipped there a
yeah.
bit, but oh,
Lucky he didn't take anyone else out across that corner there. That could have been a bit dangerous.
yeah, most definitely. Come back up to Jake Skilton in number 11 here, guys. So we seem to, other than that incident, we seem to have everyone sort of cleanly around lap 1 for now, by the look of this. We've got Jake Skilton in 11th here at the moment. Here, guys, coming down through Pouon. Down through the section called Le Fen. This is a little hard one. You have to trail brake down. Down to third. You kind of can take it in second. In these, you probably want to bring it down to second maybe, but I always find third kind of settles the car a lot better. So you kind of try and need to keep the revs up as much as you can. Keep it in third and try and get it round there without having to drop it down to second. But sometimes inadvertently you have to try and keep that torque level up and the revs up, so you have to drop it down to second sometimes. So yeah, Blanchimont just straight up. It's a beautiful camera shot. I love this by the wheel here. Hey, no, that's cool.
Oh yeah. They're definitely
Especially
good fun.
And on the other side as well, coming into the bus side, bus stop, seeing the apex and the opposite apex. Look at that, beautiful juicing here from Nath. Beautiful camera work there, Nath. Look at that. Beautiful. Here we go, coming down to the source, guys. We're on board with Jake Skilton. Seems that we've got everybody on track. Everybody seems to be keeping safe still, which is good. Keep it in mind, guys, this is a 70-minute race, so we'll see. Once the pit comes along, the pit window comes along, we will see a bit of pit strategy coming here, guys. So it'll be very interesting to see what sort of strategies people pick and how they come about those pit stops.
Yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see. Enduros are always one of those things that timing of the actual pit stop itself can play a big havoc on if you lose places or if you're able to actually keep the position you were in at the time.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's always confusing for those, especially if you've done, that undercut of one lap earlier than most people. You come back on it on track and you're really not sure how it's going to shuffle itself back out or where you're going to end up. So there's definitely like that grey area for a couple of laps that you're like, oh, I'm not sure. I just need to try and go as hard as I can and try and build a gap to whoever's around me right now, So it's definitely a mind game then. It brings a bit more planning and strategy into it, hey?
Oh, yes. And then you look at the 12-hour races they do at Bathurst, like the mind games in that to make sure that you're pitting at the right times and staying ahead of the competition it's extremely technical.
Oh, incredibly. And even down to things like tyre pressures, for each stint and all the rest of it, because tyre pressure at the start of that stint versus, obviously you're going to have tyre wear, but even tyre pressure by the end of the stint, it's going to be totally different. So, even your initial setup of those things like tyre pressure and those sort of things, that's really going to separate the boys from the men when it comes towards the end of that first sort of stint. And people start having worn tyres and things. That's when we're really going to see some interesting sort of fuel saving and tyre saving along the way, I believe.
100%. All right, so I've just heard that the Super Ones are live. They are not live on YouTube. They are live on our Facebook channel. That information is in the description below if you guys want to go check out the Super Ones, but they have managed to get back up and running again. They've just kept the Facebook stream running, then it doesn't look like they're going to get a YouTube one up, so it is just going to be the Super 2s on YouTube tonight.
So apologies for that, guys. Apologies but if you'd like to watch the Super Ones as well, or if you're sitting there on your PC, feel free to open 2 tabs, one for us and one for the other guys. So who we got in first? So Braden Martin's is still up in first at the moment, guys, with Sean Lawrence and David Schultz, Leon Crum and Stephen Martin in 5th. So we've got these top 5 still the same. Oh, we've got Jacob Hughes up into 6th now, so he's done well to make up a couple of positions there. Brad Wall's up into 9th as well, so he's done really well. He's come up one place from starting position of 10th, and Mr. Skilton also, Jake Skilton, is up 2 positions, so he's done very well. So Jacob Hughes and Jake Skilton are both up 2 positions so far.
I think
they're having a great way.
We're going to get some good races, and this is what we saw last week as well, is that sort of towards the mid and the back of the pack, we were getting some very nice, very close racing, while, some of the more experienced guys, or guys that have got their setups a bit more dialed in, were sort of pulling away, putting a bit gaps in between each other and just sort of pulling away from everybody, and then all the action was like middle and back of the pack, where we had some great, battle box of 4 people just absolutely going at it.
They're definitely definitely very testing cars, and the thing with just to build on that thing with Spa as well is we will see. Oh,
what a move take by Mr. Brad Wall!
Whoa, under brakes coming to the bus stop chicane. And Mr. Pavlovich is just passing past, taking that position back there.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. Back towards, getting into the middle of the pack. These boys are so close. And the racing is amazing.
And especially because Spa, you'll see, we might not even get that much change in that top 5, guys, because with Spa is the typical track, because it is quite a big high-speed track, a big top-speed track, you will find these gaps will open up by quite a few seconds. So we probably will see a lot more, as Nathan was saying, is we'll have heaps more battles a bit further back because of that, because naturally with this track, it's going to separate the cars anyway. Hey,
Here
Nath.
comes that, yeah, definitely. Here comes that awesome maneuver by Brad Wall to get himself into first. Takes it on the outside and just keeps it going.
Look at that beautiful move. But then, go back to that one. See if Peter's taken it back. No, he has not.
No,
Peter's
no.
dropped back a few spots. So
Yeah, he's dropped back in
Wow.
3 spots, yeah.
So Brad Wall up into 8th now, guys. He's up 3 positions now, Mr. Brad Wall. Sorry, he's up 2 positions now. He did start in 10th, so he's up into 8th now. He's definitely one to watch for Crisscross Racing. Crisscross Esports. So I did think I was a bit. I had a feeling he might have been sandbagging a little bit in qualifying, to be honest. Mr. Brad Wall there, because I know he's a bit faster than that, so this might have been the strategy. Don't show all your cards in qualifying and just show it in racecraft.
Yeah, it could be a good way to be, It can also be a mental game with your opponents, so, you don't want to show them everything you've got and then let them think they've got something on you. You want to sort of hold it back a little bit. As I said, set a nice, comfortable time that you're happy with, whether it be just in the middle of the pack, but and then let it all loose when the race actually starts.
Yeah, under promise, over deliver. Beautiful. So it's a little bit of a battle pack here, guys. We're on board. We're cameras on Matthew Mites, Mr. Matthew Mites, at the moment for Locked On Racing. Beautiful livery on that Mustang there. Peter Pavlovich right behind him on the hunt still. So these guys will be trying to work together as much as they can, trying not to lose that 8/10 so they can stay in the slipstream zone, especially on this track. It's going to be very, very, very advantageous if you can, as you can see here from the Locked On Racing car here. He got the slipstream right just at the start of Kemmel Straight there, and he's just beautifully passed him on the inside through the comb. Oh, and there's a comeback. Oh, and he's been tapped.
We've had a clip.
Was that clip or was it? Oh, I'm not sure if there was contact there or not, guys. So we'll have to leave that one to the stewards. But I'm not sure if his arse end stepped out a little bit or he's been clipped. If he's been helped there a little bit.
Let's have a quick look at this replay and see what we can see. It was very close battling. You can see they both wanted the inside outside lines. Oh, he has.
No,
YouTube readdress.
it didn't look like a clip at all.
Why did the car
It just seems it looked like he's actually hit a bit of curb there and it's shot him out.
bounced him up? So hard
Yeah,
to tell.
definitely bounced the rear of the car up in the air.
Yeah, look, see, that what's made me thought he's caught the back of the car, and when the wheels hit, they clip each other and sort of throw each other. So
True, maybe it was a bit of wheel on wheel action. We saw that a lot in Saturday Night Mayhem last night, didn't we? With those little 34 Fords.
we saw some ridiculous cars being used as ramps. You don't usually see that in a normal race, but last night we had cars being used as ramps.
That's awesome. So should we jump on camera with Peter Morris's car?
Yeah.
Let's on the car, and he's moved his way up into 13th now. So Peter Morris is kept his 13th position, so he started in 13th, still in 13th, but I'm sure he's on the charge to catch these guys. These guys are no strangers to V8s, and they're definitely no strangers to long races. So I have sat and watched them for many, many hours doing 24 hours Le Mans and other things, 12 hours of Bathurst and other things. So yeah,
Here we go. We've got his lap times up now. As we get along with learning STK and producing for this, I found we've got a lot of useful things that we can bring up on stream and talk about. So as we're talking about his lap times and sitting in 13th, you can see he's actually just set his quickest lap.
Beautiful. Oh, and he's improving every lap too.
Yeah,
so
yep.
he's doing well here.
He had a 228 there, and now he's down to 225. So he's definitely pushing that car.
Yeah, that's good, man. You can definitely tell his tires are up to temp. iRacing is one of those ones that it takes 3 or 4 laps for your tires to truly get up to temp, where you can be confident that you're not going to put it sideways into a wall or lock up your brakes too much. So once you got warm brakes and hot tires, you're pretty good.
Yes, it looks like we've got a bit of a battle between Mr. Dean Sinkovich and Chris Thornton for 18th and 19th. So let's have a jump back. Looks like Chris Thornton's up 9 places and Dean's dropped 4.
Whoa, here we go. We've
actually got a battle
up
of
9
3.
places. That is craziness.
And
what a drive.
The Lightning McSqueen with the Rusties Ford Mustang looks amazing there.
Yeah. And the man up sim racing as well.
So these
man
guys
up sim racing livery. This is very, very good. 9 places, mate. That is an epic drive. He's driving out of his skin right tonight.
And he is hot on Marcus Redcliffe's ass right now. Can I say ass? I just said ass. It's too late now.
You can.
He is riding him.
Absolutely riding him. But here we go. Stephen coming on the hunt back as well now. Stephen's found some pace here. He's got some hot tyres. Look out for Stephen. Stephen's gone up a few spots now. So he's on the fight back. Stephen Sinkovich has gone up 6 places. So we've got Chris Tomlin up 6 places. Stephen Sinkovich up 6 places. And Chris Thornton up 7 places currently. So that's pretty good effort from all of these boys. Very well done. It must be that that nonchalant livery that Mr. Sinkovich has got on his car that's giving him a bit of extra speed there.
Yeah, it's like speed holes for your car, but it's a speed livery.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. What an episode of The Simpsons. That was great.
Peter Morris has had a crash and dropped.
Oh, who's had a crash?
Peter Morris.
Oh, Peter Morris. No.
Yep, and he's dropped 4 places.
Oh, I hope that's not cursed the commentator there. Let's have a look at this.
Still got it in slow-mo, that's my bad.
Oh.
It's even more painful watching this in slow motion.
Oh, no. Yeah, this is where I was saying we needed to really look out for stuff. It's so easy to lock it up there.
Yep.
And that's what I was saying about the bus stop. We call it the bus stop because you basically have to go from top gear to first gear, basically. You call it the bus stop because you essentially have to stop at the bus stop, but just at speed.
Again, I'd just like to throw a shout out to the guys at the back of the pack right now. Last week and this week, you guys are driving absolutely phenomenally. To see 4 of yous together like this, and the really professionalism in the driving is just absolutely outstanding.
It is, absolutely. And the close racing, especially in these big cumbersome vehicles, it's very impressive.
Oh, is Chris going to get the pass this time? He is fighting Marcus so hard. He wants this position. Oh! Was there a bit of a touch there?
Peter Morris at the back there go a bit wide through Pouon in the back there. So we'll see. Pollard there getting a bit sideways at the back behind Morris. So Johnston's just past Pollard there as well. Just behind this little battle pack here that we're seeing. So, look at that. That's a great shot, isn't it? Look how close these guys are racing. Lightning McLean, Kachow in front there. In Chris Thornton in the man up sim racing car. there with Steven Sinkovic just on the absolute hunt tonight. He's on fire
that's
tonight. Eh? He's
Dean,
definitely
mate.
found some
I
pace.
think that's Dean.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, don't get the brothers mixed up. One has a
Oh,
normal
bloody hell.
livery, the other one's got the camo.
Just not right, eh?
These four right now are really putting on a show, and it's gonna be hard to get away from watching these four.
Yeah, definitely.
I am keeping an eye out on the split times and the gaps, but there's some big gaps between cars towards the front of the pack.
Yeah, and that was we were expecting that, weren't we?
Yeah, we saw
way,
it last week as well, but there was definitely more groups together last week.
Although we've got a bit of change up the top here, we've got a bit of a shuffle around in spots there. We've just got Stephen Martin just coming out of, was it Braden Martin just coming out of the pits? I'm not sure what's happened there, but he's gone into the pits there. He's coming out. Mainz and Pavlovic and Schultz up into first. Martin in second. Crum into third. Lawrence down into fourth. Oh, here we go. No, it's just shuffling around heaps now. So I'll stop that.
Yeah, we might be having just some update issues with the boys racing. Let's just switch to first place and actually see who it is. No, it still is
Braden Martin. Here we go.
And then
It seemed like there was a bit of. Is there any action there? No, we've got
he's
a bit of action there between second and third. They seem like they're about 4/10 apart there, if I'm correct.
And Stephen Lawrence, we got a big gap between. So what I can see, right back down to fourth and fifth is sort of where we start getting the groups together again. So we've got Luke Crum and last week's winner, Stephen Martin, having a battle.
Yeah, very nice. And the Mustangs there.
An absolute pearl last week in the Super 2s, taking second, and first to take the points last week.
Yep, had an absolute killer drive, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He definitely loved a bit of Silverstone, I think.
I think we were talking about it last week as well. It's so great to see some of these international tracks and, SRW taking the V8s to these international tracks. And
Oh, 100%, and I've always I've always thought it like, oh, it's so cool to drive V8s at these tracks, especially when you're on them and you're in, say, a GT3 car and you're like, oh, I'd love to drive a V8 around here. Especially these international European tracks, which, have so much heritage and everything to them as well, And it's interesting to see these cars on those sort of different tracks because the tracks are obviously not set up or built for these sort of cars.
Oh,
whereas,
definitely not.
Yeah, whereas on, especially in Australia, it's the dominant motorsport. So, a lot of these tracks, Queensland Raceway and that sort of stuff are all being sort of built around V8s and kind of designed around that way. So much different when you take them to places like Spa and elevation changes and camber changes, etc., etc. Here we go. Now Luke Crum, what a great shot! That is awesome. With the Steve Martin's KFC Mustang behind him there. So Crum up into fourth now. Done really well to fend off Stephen there and take the position back and fend him off now. So he's going to be trying to build a bit of a gap now. But it's very, very hard. Through Blanchimont and that sort of area, through Paul Freyer and Blanchimont, you can build a bit of a gap, but no matter what gap you've got, as soon as you start braking into bus stop, that person behind you is going to bridge that gap pretty quickly, which bunches it up for this straight and then coming down into La Source. Makes it hard to judge, just especially when you kind of get a bit of a run on and then you think, oh, I've got a bit of a gap here. As soon as you get to the bus stop, there's no more gap.
Yeah, they catch up very quick, and then it comes down to driver skill out of corners, where if they've left themselves enough to be able to get back on the pedal full, or if they've got to be careful with it so they don't spit themselves out. Because if they time it beautifully, they can they could be on that pedal pretty hard and be pulling out of that corner.
Nice, definitely. So we've got a bit of a battle between Dean Sinkovich and Peter Pollard here. Just behind Peter Morris here. You guys having a bit of a battle. Dean Sinkovich has passed Peter Pollard, so he's on the hunt for Peter Morris now. So we'll see how this goes. Can he break that toe behind him and push on to catch Peter Morris? He's got some good pace. Dean Sinkovich he's down actually one position from starting position, but he's on the fight back, so he's done very, very well. Chris Thornton now is up 13 positions, and Chris Tomlin is up 10 positions. Wow, guys, what drives? These boys are driving out their skin tonight, hey, Nate?
Yeah, and this is the middle of the pack that we've been talking about. That these guys in the middle, just for some reason, the last 2 weeks have put on an absolute show, and some of them have just astounded us. Just been like tonight, like, you know, 13 positions. It's like, where did you come from? Like, and how did you get there so quick?
Yeah. Or, you know, it could have been one of those things. If I've had it before where if all intentions are good and everything, and you've just had a really poor qualifying and you've ended up at the back, but your race pace is a bit better. So, you know, it could be just one of those. It could just be a bad luck thing, and now he's trying to put some shine on. He's trying to polish that said turd now.
They're definitely doing their best. Oh.
Yep, most definitely.
We've got Jake Skilton. I think this car might have me. I'm really liking the look of Jake Skilton's Mustang. I don't know what it is. I think that blue color is got me. Oh, and he's got him on the outside. Yeah.
It looks like Dean Sinkovich might have a bit of he's got a lot of damage on the left hand side, but it's wheels might not be the most aligned, if you know what I mean. He seems to be having a bit of trouble on some of these corners. Not through his own fault, just through car being a bit banged up.
Yeah, well, you can see in his lap times there, mate. Over the last 3 laps, he's dropped nearly 7 seconds a lap.
Wow.
There's definitely something's definitely suffering with the car, or just could be driver skill. Who knows? But I think we're going to put it down to the car. They're definitely looking a bit beat up.
Yeah, if you're gonna sell it as a used car salesman, you'd be taking it from this side, guys. Take a shot from that side, beautiful. Not that side.
No, definitely not that side. I think, yeah, you can even see on the front right wheel that all the panel is all pushed in, and his front right wheel is protruding out of the actual body kit itself. So,
yeah, just take it from the left-hand side shot, guys, and then we'll, you know, someone's getting sent an invoice. It'll be a pretty hefty one, by the look of that. Look at that. Whoa. That looks like a bit of tyre rubbing on the guard there too, by the look of that.
Definitely.
That can't be good for his tyre wear.
Got a lot of damage up that right-hand side.
You can see it pulling to the right as well. You see when he's exiting corners, it's fully pulling to the right on exit.
And then this side looks beautiful. Like it's nice.
Oh,
and
look
clean.
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, only one lady owner. Yeah, one fastidious lady owner. Always kept clean. Full logbook, yeah.
Alright, let's looks like Roy Clark is doing quite well at the moment. He's catching in, so we're gonna switch over to Roy Clark and have a look. And
Beautiful, in 6th place. He's having a brilliant drive. Looks nice and smooth through the bus stop there, doesn't he?
And his lap times, he's like holding that same sort of lap time, give or take a few hundredths of a second. He's really dialed in that time.
He's done beautifully well, and he's up 1 position from start position as well, guys. So he's done really well. Just consistent, safe, patient drive by the look of it. Not a scratch on that car by the look of it. I could be wrong though.
But Jacob Hughes and the VB Commodore, bloody chasing him down though.
Absolutely hunting, on the hunt here.
They're not too far apart. If he can just close that gap that little bit more.
Seems like that a Holden, or maybe that the setup, but that Holden looks like it's got a bit more top end than the Mustang actually. If you're coming down Camel Straight there, he was catching him.
It looked that way.
Yeah. So it will be interesting throughout the season. We'll see, you know, the very vast differences in. I think we'll definitely see some tracks some cars having advantages on some tracks. The Holden versus the Mustang. So it'll be interesting to see throughout the season what kind of what cars are better on what tracks, or more dominant on what tracks. Jacob Hughes coming. Jacob Hughes.
Could you just call him Jacob Pubes?
I said Jacob Hughes. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Jacob Hughes.
Yeah, whoops.
Hughes?
Sorry, Jacob.
Hughes was Bubes. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, a bit of Freudian slip there.
Oh,
Jacob
no.
Hughes. Getting a bit sideways. Commentator curse then. There. That's a great headshot there with that beautiful mullet. Beautiful mullet, a headband.
Look at the
Beautiful
glasses.
sunglasses. Look at that, mate.
Look at the speed that they're coming into there. That's 230 kilometers an hour.
I can't believe these guys can brake so late and still not lock this thing up. Because if I broke where they're braking, mate, I would be sideways out that bus stop.
That was 6th to 1st in a matter of like a couple of quick gear changes.
That's insane, especially in these cars. Like, these cars are insane. You touch the brake a little bit, they lock up. So, you know, that's just ultra skill to be able to brake, you know, have that much control to be able to trail brake these things. That's where the
210
skill really
kilometers,
comes.
straight down to 60 kilometers an hour. Well, we've got a few guys starting to make their
here
pits
we
now.
go.
We've got
Starting
quite a
into
few.
the pits here, guys. So you got Crum, Stephen Martin, Roy Clark, Jacob Hughes in the pits. Here we go. We are at the essentially 40-minute mark here, guys. 40 minutes of 110, 1 hour 10 minutes.
We've got quite a lot of guys. It seems like this is sort of the time now for a lot of guys to pull in.
So it seems like bang on that half an hour to go, guys. Everyone seems to be pulling into the pits. We'll see who does an extra lap and who gets out, does the extra lap. Braden Martin is still out on the extra lap, so he's doing the overcut. He's probably just trying to build a bit more of a gap here, guys, before he jumps into the pits and gets on some fresh tires and splashes in a bit more fuel, etc. You do see this sort of tactic a lot from people in the lead. If they've got a bit of a gap, they will try and build an extra gap. Sometimes it's always, if you're trying to get up places, you try and do the undercut. If you're trying to build a bit of a gap to those guys behind you, you want to try and do that extra lap just to try and build a gap before you go into the pits. So then when you're actually finishing, you have fresher tyres for an extra lap ahead of everybody else, essentially. So you've got a bit more of a buffer.
Yeah, you can definitely see those tyres are starting to take a toll on his lap times, and he's nearly losing a second and a half each lap at the moment. But it's definitely not a bad idea to push those tyres, you know, a lap or two more than everybody else, just to keep extending his lead.
Then.
I thought he was going to go in, but he wants to go some more.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to push that lead out, because by the time he goes into pits, that'll give himself, you know, a little bit more of a buffer, and he'll try and stop himself from dropping so far back down the pack. But at the moment, he's sitting on such a big gap right now.
Yeah, and he's beautiful. He's got clean air, clean track. It's nice and hot. He looks like he's got quite a bit of tire. He's, you know, compared to others, he's actually been pretty good on his tires. So we'll see, guys. He's gone out for a second lap on the overcut here. So very, very interesting. I think Nothi will probably build up another, maybe even up to 2 seconds gap doing this on top of it. So we'll see after a couple more laps, after he's pitted, and we'll give it 3 or 4 laps, we'll see that all the positions shuffle back to where their true spots are, and then we'll be able to gauge how much of an advantage this has actually given him, or whether it's actually cost him a little bit. So very interesting.
We've had looks like we've had a bit of an incident between Jacob Hughes and Marcus Redcliffe back in the pack. I'm going to have a look and see. We'll have a look at the pass first, and then it looks like Redcliffe has come off the track and then passed Jacob Hughes and then crashed again. So,
oh no. Oh, here we go. Oh, Kachow getting Kachow off the side there. That didn't look like there was. Oh, I don't think there was contact there. I think he's just locked up, and he's ended. I think he's locked up, and he's turned it to the left to make sure he didn't clip into the back of old mate. I think by the look of that. It's Stefan Lawrence here in second, having a great race again. He's up into second now. He's done brilliantly.
And see those the brakes on the rear starting to glow red.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of heat.
Yeah, I thought we'd show off some of the front leaders at the moment. We've sort of been focused on the back of the pack, but as you said, there's been, as we've shown you, been some fantastic racing in the middle to the back of the pack. And it looks like
a bit of damage and a bit of other things happening and stuff, but we've got
it looks like
everyone's
the pitting
now.
as
We've got some
well.
repaired cars out there.
And it looks like the gaps are sort of closing in this top 5, top 6.
Oh, this is money time now, guys. 25 minutes to go, guys. 25 minutes of this race to go. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, as you can see, that they're starting to pull in on each other and close the gaps. And
wow, we just had a lock-up at the back here. Mr. Dean Sinkovic into but no, he hasn't lost too much. Just a slight bit of a lock-up, so it's given the position away. He's just had a bit of a lock-up and then gone, oh no, I need to get out of the way. But he's done well to keep it, and he's done well to catch it there, guys. So
yeah, he did well to put that into the dirt and hold on to it.
Definitely, because these things don't like tarmac half the time, let alone dirt.
That Dragon RC car, I'm a big fan of Dragons as well, so
that's a cool looking livery.
that is a very nice looking livery.
One of our sponsors also is Dragon FC, Dragon RC. Beautiful. It's a cool looking car, huh? Very good. We got Dean Sinkovic on the hunt back. So he's down 5 spots, but he's on the hunt back now. He had a bit of damage earlier, so he had a bit of rubbing on the right front tire there. So he was having a bit of a hard time. He did well to keep the position that he did, to be honest, with that much damage on the car. Oh, curse of the commentator. So we're on board here with Peter Pavlovich. We had some awesome fun with him last night in the Saturday night mayhem. Oh, we've had a spin here on the bus stop, at the bus stop. Mr. Dean Sinkovic, curse of the commentator there again, I believe. This is on fresh tyres. This has been cold tyres, guys. This is the first lap out, first bus stop out. So he's just spun it a bit, but he's done well to turn it back around and not lose too many more positions.
And to keep it out of the way of the people coming through as well. That's definitely something. A tricky thing to sort of try, and if you can get out of the way, do your best to it, and of course accidents are going to happen, but it's great to see the professionalism. The guys don't just lock up and sit in the middle of the track. The first thing they want to do is like, which is the quickest way out of the way of everybody else.
Yeah, exactly right. How do I just spun myself, so I've half ruined my race, but at least I don't ruin anybody else's race.
That's right. Not like last night where it was spin yourself out to see if you could ruin other people's races.
Yeah, exactly right. Or sit at the base of a jump and wait for people to land it on you. Or into the side of you. Or into the air. Yeah. Very, very fun. Okay, guys, so let's go up to the top of the field here. Just make sure that we've it should have sorted it all itself back out again here, guys. Brayden Martin he's got a 12-second gap. So I
Yeah,
was
it's
about
massive.
correct there with that overcut. He's made up another over 2 seconds now. He was just over 10 seconds ahead before, guys, and with that overcut of 2 laps, he's actually built it up to an extra almost 3 seconds gap there on top of his 10 seconds gap. So yeah, very well done from him.
Yeah, very
So
very nice racing.
Yeah, the strategy seems to have paid off, but he had the serious pace from the start.
Oh, Peter Wilkinson looks like he's had a bit of an accident and he's lost 2 positions. No, he's lost quite a lot of positions. He did enter the pit afterwards, so maybe we've had a bit of damage.
Oh, that's disappointing for Peter.
Thanks, George.
Is this going to be a lock-up again? Oh,
he just broke. Did you see at his braking point, he broke on the curb?
Yep.
On the ripple strip, and that's just sent him.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of damage to the front end there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a bit more than just rubbing panels. That's it'll buff out, but not in a short amount of time.
So at the moment, we're just scrolling down through. We started it at first place, which was Braden Martin at that time, but he has just taken his pit.
Beautiful. So he did 3 laps on top of it then,
Yeah.
guys, just to build up that extra 3-second gap. But he's done really well, really well. We're on board here with on camera with Stephen Martin at the moment, and he's one to watch. He will be pushing up further and further and further. Oh, bro, we've got Chris Thornton and Chris Tomlin now. We've got Chris Thornton up 14 positions and Chris Tomlin up 13 positions. Bloody hell, these guys are just driving out their skin tonight, ain't they?
Right. Oh, yes. I think that's the thing. If you got something to prove, you're going to prove it, aren't you?
Yeah. Bloody hell. It's just interesting too, because one's in a Mustang and one's in a Holden, so it's not getting dominated by one particular car, which is really, really cool as well. So,
Yeah, honestly, we've got a really mixed pack. 2 Fords, 2 Holdens, 3 Fords, Fords, Holdens. Like, it's all very mixed in. It's not, we're not seeing an absolute Ford dominance or an absolute, Holden dominance. So it's really good to see that either their setups or the way the cars are working are very balanced.
yeah, it's super cool, eh? Yeah, it's good, and I'm really actually quite surprised how close the racing's been at Spa today, because it is one of those ones that even in GT3 cars and stuff, it does separate the pack quite a bit quickly. So it's been good to see some really close racing and a few ups and downs for people, and it does come down to, a lot of it comes down to luck sometimes as well at the start of the race. If you don't get caught up in a few things and you don't tangle yourself up too much, and you tend to do all right.
So Braden is back on track, and he dropped into 3rd with that pit. So that was really well played, pushing that extra gap. He'd only lost 2 places and was back on track and going again.
That is crazy. So he was doing those times on ruined tires as well. So this means, guys, he's going to have basically 3 laps fresher tires than the rest of the field, essentially, that are behind him. So by the time he drops out, I think he might even win this race by over 15 seconds. I'm calling it now. What do you reckon, Nath?
It'll be interesting to see, because we're just tipped the halfway point, and he really pushed those tires to, until they were pretty much, couldn't race on them anymore, to mean that his second half of the race is going to be shorter on those tires. So there's a good chance he'll be able to push it a bit harder and really, burn through that rubber a bit more, just to give him that extra speed and time.
Oh, we've had something happen here. Chris Thornton is up 16 positions, up into 11th now. Maybe we can cut to him and see if we've got a little bit of a replay there, maybe. Because obviously something's happened, because he's just jumped up quite a few places very, very quickly.
Chris Thornton past Peter. So we've had Peter Wilkinson and Chris Thornton look like they were having a bit of a battle, and then it looks like Peter's had a bit of a crash, and then Yeah, a lot of people have overtaken Peter, so let's have a look at this. The pass first. So this is the pass from Chris Thornton onto Peter Wilkinson.
Oh, he was very late under brakes. That's why.
There we go.
I see he's very late under brakes. Wow.
And he
I
lost.
think he thought he had a bit more brakes than he actually did, maybe.
Yeah.
Those tyres wouldn't be up to temp probably either yet, probably. So it takes 3 or 4, more like 4 laps to get right up to temp. So for those tyres in iRacing, so you know, a bit too hard too early. But what a drive from Chris Thornton.
Thank you.
Up 16 spots. That is insanity.
That is, and what a beautiful looking car too, and the man up livery is just fantastic.
Oh, and just the Man Up organisation is, you know, just as, you know, Man Up is a great organisation as well.
Can you review that?
Encouraging men to speak up, really, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay to
Right.
not be okay and all those sort of things. We're all grown men, and, you know, we'll put our hands up if we need help from our mates sometimes and all that sort of jazz. So it's a great cause behind it and that sort of stuff as well, guys. So.
That's right. Men have feelings too, and you shouldn't feel scared to you know, let people know how you're feeling.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And in fact, it makes you more of a man if you can, I believe. If you got enough balls to actually put your hand up to your mates and go, hang on, no, I'm not all that good actually. And, you know, that takes real balls, and that's, you know, that's what becomes a real man, is when you do have the balls to put your hand up and say you're all right, but also having good enough friends and people around you to be able to speak up as well. So we're on board here with Shannon Blackburn in the number 22 car, and those bright green wheels. That's hard to miss, right, Nath?
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful color green, isn't it?
Quite cool. I like the contrast.
All right,
Quite
so
good.
sorry to interject there, mate, but Braden Martin has made him way back into first place.
He has too. What a bloody brilliant move.
I just want to
So,
have a look at this replay of the pass on Daniel Schultz, because did that get him up there? I'm just double checking. Let's have a look. Ah, he was in the pits. That's what's happened. Right. So he's pitted. And
Oh, here we go. And Mr. Peter Pavlovich up into second. Bloody hell, he's had a bloody brilliant drive. He's up 7 spots, guys. So that's in our top 3 there. He's up the most amount of positions there. We've got Stephen Martin up, Luke Crum, he's up 1 position. And we've got Peter Pavlovich up 7 spots. So he's had a bloody blinder of a drive, hasn't he?
A lot of these guys tonight have had an absolutely astounding night. If not the whole pack, the way the whole pack is, you know, raced tonight, very professional. You know, no crazy incidents, you know, going back to last week, off first race, off the word go, first corner, we've got 15 cars, you know, skittled across the track. So
It's been a lot cleaner, and I think the only things that have really happened is people unfortunately taking themselves out a lot of the time.
yeah, it does seem that way.
It is a very pressure track though, and you can, because it is quite a long track as well, you can find yourself getting a little bit complacent after this many laps, and that's when you'll start making mistakes.
And the top runners are now starting to catch up to the ones lagging behind a little bit, and they're starting to catch up to the overlap. So
Oh, here we go.
hopefully
So
some of
we'll see
these guys know.
blue
Yep, there
flags
he is. He
coming
just
up soon.
moves over for him. That was beautiful. Lets him on. Is he going to let him through?
Or is he going to let him through? He seems like he's still got the run up there.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like
Ooh.
Mr. Peter Pavlovich has lost a lot of speed down that straight though.
Yeah, I don't know what he did there. If he just
Yeah,
backed
that was
off
strange.
and he's just going to try and hold second place, like.
Or is he just going to try and stay in this slower car's draft for a little bit? Save a bit of tyres, save
Save a bit
a
of
bit of
fuel.
tyres you could, and then you're
Yeah.
going to have a quicker race to the run to the end. He's a
Interesting
smart
to see,
smart
but,
racer. So.
Stefan Lawrence is not far behind him, so
We
All
shall
right.
see.
Looks like George Venus has had a bit of an accident and he's lost 2 places. I'm just going to have a quick look and
no.
see what's happened there.
Oh, look, is this a lock up
This
into the bus
corner
stop?
again. It is.
Oh, that wasn't a lock up. I think he came off the brakes because he could feel it locking up, and he came off the brakes and just went, oh no, I'll have to just let it go there. Oh, that's a bit rough. That's a bit hard.
Look at this.
So Braden Martin, as I was saying earlier, yeah, he
pushed away.
has brought that interval up into what 12 and a half seconds now. It was about 10 and a half seconds before he did his 3 laps overrun. So yeah, it's definitely paid off for him there. Can he build that gap, or can Peter Pavlovich and Stefan Lawrence here work together a little bit? God forbid, work together together a little bit to try and catch this guy in first, Braden Martin. But it may just be a battle between these two, because they might be just going, well, we might not be able to catch him in time, so let's have a battle ourselves. We got the back marker car here as well, so we'll be interesting to see both of these cars get around him. But yeah, he's been respectful around the source there, so staying to the outside, so Stefan Lawrence and Peter can have a bit of a battle. But in that process, Stefan is taken inside and pushed it up into second place. Peter, I had not realised he had not pitted yet, so Peter is in the pit now.
Yeah, so that's why he actually was losing speed.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I wondered.
he didn't have the
Moved up quite a
grip
few spots.
to get out of the corners as fast. So he's really left that pit very late.
Very, very late. He would have gone. What's he gone? Wow, he's almost gone to the. There's almost only 10 minutes left. Wow, that's really pushing that first set of tyres, right?
That's extremely. And we thought Braden Martin was pushing the tyres.
Yeah.
So this
But
will
that takes
be
some serious
interesting
skill
to
for
see.
him to be able to.
He's dropped 5 positions. Oh. So it'll be interesting to see how Mr. Peter Pavlovich goes when he comes out of the pits. How many people he can actually hunt down, because he's nearly dropped into 10th now.
Yeah. Well, he was just outside the. Oh, no, he was inside the top 10 before everyone pitted. So we shall see. But Luke Crumb's had a great race as well. He's up from 5th, up into 3rd now, after all the pit stops have shuffled around. So Luke Crumb's done really well to come up from 5th to 3rd, mate. So he's come up 2 spots. He's had a really good patient drive. Stefan Lawrence up into 2nd there. So Luke Crumb has done really well. David Schultz down into the 4th position there. He was in the 3rd position earlier. So we'll see if he can bridge that gap again.
Noted.
We're on board with Joshua Leuterson. Coming around Poulan, guys. Double corner, or the double gauche, as they call it also. Great little corner. You just have to be very, very mindful of it. So you want to try and keep this down in 3rd, not try and go down to 2nd. Keep it in 3rd, keep your revs up through the fen here, guys. So we're coming, as we come down to Campus Corner, turning this big right-hand corner, Campus Corner, and Stavolo. It's going to Stavolo and Paul Freyer. Josh Leuterson in the number 7 car. He's in 12th place here, guys. Beautiful cam. This is a beautiful shot through Blanchiment. And then this hard braking zone, just at this line here, hard braking zone from 6 all the way down to the first gear into the bus stop chicane. You need to really feather, just squeeze the gas out of this bus stop chicane, because you can. It's very easy to spin at midsection of that chicane. It's very easy to spin at the end of the chicane also.
It looks like such a short straight, but they hit 200 kilometers plus from that corner to the first. Like,
that's crazy.
what?
Hey, it has to be barely It feels like it's barely 100 meters, but obviously it's a lot longer than that. But that's what it feels like, especially when you're in car as well. Oh, look at that beautiful rise through Ratty on there. Camel down the Camel Straight. What a track! I'd love to go to this track in real life. Hard braking, hard trail brake, down to third. Or you can go second, third through there. You should try and stay through third through that whole sort of little bit of a section. Melmedi, hard on the gas. Down to Bruxelles. This one's a hard one because it can really unsettle the car. The camber kind of twists in towards the apex at the start of the corner, but then it kind of cambers out towards on the exit. It's very, very difficult.
Looks like we're starting to get some nice battles for 8th and 7th, and Braden and Stefan, I think. Oh, there's a drive-through penalty.
Oh, right, drive-through penalty. Wowee.
Just quite missed what the adjudicator said then. But I did hear that there is going to be a drive-through penalty for someone.
Yeah.
It's not coming up in my...
No, I haven't seen a flag or anything come up, so...
No. Okay, bear with us, guys. We said obviously the officials are making some decisions. Some race controls making some decisions as we speak. So we'll get back to you on whose drive-through penalty that is.
If you would like, you can come up
Here
here
we are,
and
back on
post
board
race,
with Mr.
and you
Peter
can
Pavlin,
post race.
chasing down to see if he can get himself back into that top 3 after that
Post race,
very late pit.
However, it may be a
Very late
and we
pit.
won't issue
But he's
it
going to have
until
super fresh tyres. It seems very strange. He's only got, like, what, 6 minutes left? Will his tyres even be up to temp by the time he finishes this race? I think not, but who knows?
Can you repeat that?
It is a hot day, hot track.
Oh, that's what, yeah, right. I was like, oh, with the whole issues at the start of the stream, we didn't even get the race info up. We didn't get to talk about the track or the conditions. And I'll tell you what,
did we?
I'm not putting that in the way now because we've got some
No,
great
we
racing
cannot
here.
do that.
Peter's
But
already
we are
taken
it's
one
a bit of a journey
spot.
for us guys as well. So we'd love to thank you for coming and joining us with SRW TV, guys. Coming into the last five minutes of this round 3 of the V8 Supercars Super 2, brought to you by DSL Welding Services and Dragon RC. Oh, he's gone a bit wide there, Luke Crum. Looks like he's under a bit of pressure here from David Schultz.
Yep.
Here we go. This is coming into a bit of a butt-puckering, butt-clenching last 5 minutes, guys, here. So we shall see if he's going to make this move stick down through the bus stop. Oh no, he's being patient about it, but he's definitely setting it up. You can see David Schultz. He's setting it up. He's setting up for a pass. You see the way the body language of his car right now is definitely a red flag. Here we go. He's gonna be pushing hard now. Oh,
he's
got a late. Oh, I got Crum into the pits. Did he have a bit of damage or something?
Not sure, mate. But that I thought we were in for a bit of a battle there.
Yeah, big battle. Crum had already pit, so. Wow, he must have had a bit of damage, or maybe no, he must have been running out of fuel. He mustn't have splashed enough fuel. Oh, so that's an upset. So Mr. David Schultz has made his way up into 3rd now. So that's a beautiful move there. So these guys are back into their starting positions. The top 4 are all into their starting positions, guys, now. Everything's slotted back into it. It's Braden Martin with 1st, Stefan Lawrence in 2nd, David Schultz in 3rd, and Stephen Martin in 4th. Roy Clark is up 1 now to 5th place, and Luke Crum down into 6th now after that very, very late pit. We're coming down into the last couple of laps, guys. Maybe we can do a bit of a recap from the back of the field up. and just go through the positions before we finish these last couple of races and get into the last bit of action. So we have Mr. Steven Sinkovich down at 24th at the moment. He's had a mixed race, I think, today, but he's done very, very well. We got Peter Pollard there after he had a bit of a little bit of offs earlier, so a bit of damage on his car and stuff. So he's had a good fight back. Just a bit of bad luck for him today. Then we have George Menas. So George Menas had a bit of a unfortunate incident earlier coming into the bus stop chicane, a bit late on brake. So he's done well to keep that 22. Keep going back up through the field. Oh, the magic number 69 as well. We got Dean Sinkovich with a great drive. He had a great drive and then a bit of a clip on the wall there. So he had a bit of damage there for quite a few laps. So he was dropping like 6 or 7 seconds a lap. I thought you were saying, Nate.
Yeah, he was losing nearly 6 seconds a lap.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, well, So we'll quickly just go up through these guys. Marcus Redcliffe, Peter Wilkinson in 19th, guys. We've got 18th, we've got Greg Johnston. In 17th, we've got Peter Morris. Mr. Blackburn in 16th.
More room next time, Mark.
Chris Thornton down into 15th. Shannon Blackburn, I should say. We've got Chris Thornton down in
15. Yeah.
Down in 15th now. He's made himself up quite a few positions. He's had a bloody absolute driven out of his skin.
Chris Tomlin, Chris Thornton, Greg Leake, all absolute phenomenal drive tonight.
Absolutely amazing. So let's go on board for the last lap, guys, up to the top of the field possibly. See what sort of Braden Martin up through here, guys. Oh, he's being hunted by a lapped car by the look of it, with Mr. Morris there.
You were not wrong about 15 seconds. He has
look at
pushed
that. He's
lead
built up
out to 15 seconds.
I couldn't believe that. He's done a beautiful pit strategy there. 3 laps over the overcut, over the 40-minute mark, and it's really definitely paid off. He went into the pit with 12.5 second lap lead, and now he's pushed it right out that 15 seconds. So we're on our last lap here, guys. Beautifully pushing. We got Braden Martin in first, coming through the bus stop chicane for the last time, guys. Stephen Lawrence behind him, and David Schultz in third. What a beautiful race by everybody, guys, so far. So there we go, Braden Martin coming over the line. Or will they be able to squeeze in another lap here?
No, we've just had checkered flag called.
Just a checkered flag. Beautiful. There we go. We got Stefan Lawrence in second there with Riot Sim Racing. We've got David Schultz with a great drive there with the Dragon RC car in the Mustang. Stephen Martin in the Century Motorsports KFC Mustang. And a great drive by Roy Clark here. Great drive. He's up 1 spot. Great drive, consistent drive. He was very patient the whole way. So he's wrapped out the top 5 there. Great racing.
Yeah, again, as we were saying, like Mr. Stephen Martin in that KFC car, he's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on as the series continues. Because, mate, he's shown us that he can really handle these V8s.
Definitely. 100%.
And Mr. Peter Pavlich had managed to fight his way back into 7th after that pit.
Wowee.
He did extremely well after that.
We got Matthew Mites, Mr. Matthew Mites, Jacob Hughes in 9th, and Bradley Wall in 10th to wrap out the top 10. And I think our driver of the day has to be Chris Tomlin. What's this, sorry?
It was Jake Skilton in 10th, mate, and Brad Wall was in 11th.
Seems my live timing's not so live then. By the look of my SDK, I don't know what it's doing, but that is fine. So we have Chris Tomlin though in 12th. He's gone up 10 spots, guys. That is a phenomenal drive from him. So
Once
he's
again,
gone up
Auckland,
from 20 seconds
SW and everyone,
to
thank you so
12th,
much.
Nate. What a drive, mate. Absolutely driven out of his skin.
Second line of the back of the grid, right into the middle of the pack, and an astounding drive to push that many positions, as well as pit and keep that position. So
Yeah, especially on this track as well in a V8, that anything can go wrong at any split second, because I'm sure every time I've driven these things, I'm sure they're hell-bent on trying to kill me. So for these guys to be able to pedal these things around in lap pace in 221s, 222s, 223s
Yep,
is
just about.
absolutely insane.
Thank you all for coming to tonight's race. Very good race in terms of incidents, much better
Beautiful,
than the last
beautiful
2
race.
days.
yeah, so we've got
So,
the
last 2 races, sorry. So congratulations.
we
You
have
guys did very, very well. Very proud of you guys.
Shannon Blackbird. Oh, we're back on board with Braden
Also,
Martin here.
yeah, everybody sort of looks like they're pulling off the track now, and we've got some thank yous and congratulations going around on the comms. I don't know if you guys can hear that out on YouTube, but I'm working on it so you'll be able to get more involved with what's happening and hear some of the comms and what's going on. And are we going to get a burnout?
Yes,
course
we get a
we
burnout
are.
from Braden Martin. Do a burnout for Boz. Burnouts for
Burnouts
Boz.
for Boz. And again, our condolences.
Yeah. Our best wishes go out to the family, guys.
Hey, Luke, can you tell your crew chief I'll drop that?
And loved
that
ones,
off?
family and friends.
Yeah, and the team of Fishy Motorsports.
Yeah, right, mate.
100%.
We want to see rims hit the tar. Come on, Braden. What a race, mate. What a race.
Beautifully done, guys.
Do you want to see if Braden or Peter Morris or Chris Tomlin, some of the outstanding drivers, want to come down and have a little chat with us?
I think so, definitely. I think we need to get Braden, and we'll definitely need to get old Peter Morris on from Fishy Motorsports. Have a chat with him about Boz as well.
And here's our final race for the night. These are our results.
Beautiful.
It still says Phoenix Raceway. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's still got the Saturday Night Mayhem up there. Dear oh dear.
That's all right. Just ignore that, guys.
Just ignore that.
Braden Martin in first, Stefan Lawrence in second. We've got Schultz in third, Stephen Martin in fourth, Roy Clark in fifth, Luke Crum in sixth, Peter Pavlovich in seventh, Matthew Mites in eighth, Hughes in ninth, Skilton in 10th, Wall in 11th, Tomlin in 12th, Greg Leake in 13th, Shannon Blackburn, Loiterton, Peter Morris, Greg Johnston, Marcus Redcliffe, Peter Wilkinson, and Dean Sinkovich wrap out the top 20 there.
Yeah, some fantastic racing tonight, guys. I'd like to say thank you to everybody for coming on board tonight. And hey, if you've enjoyed our broadcast tonight, it'd be great if you could let us know by hitting that like button. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you share us around and you know, get the get SRW. Yeah, tell your mates. And don't forget, if you're also interested in iRacing, that come join our Discord, have a chat with us, and we can get you involved with the Saturday Night Mayhems, where we play free tracks and everybody can just have a bit of fun.
Yep, it's like Wreckfest meets iRacing. It's pretty awesome.
It is. It's good fun. So do we want to do some after?
Yeah, so we'll bring in some
post-race?
of the races, guys. We'll have a bit of a chat with them. Who would you like to start with, Nath?
Let's go with Chris Tomlin with his astounding drive of 10 places. So
yeah, beautiful. Got Chris Tomlin, maybe a bit of Braden Martin, go to the top 3, and then finish off with Peter Morris, I think. Have a good chat to him.
I can just drag these boys in, can't I?
Yeah, I think you can.
See, where did I just see Chris? Okay, there's a lot of teams on, so let's
There's a lot of different channels and lots of different things to think about.
Trying to drag him down without accidentally dropping him into another broadcast room.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier said than done. It looks a lot easier from the outside. You guys watching on YouTube and all the rest of it. From our point of view, we've got probably about 8 screens combined between us right now running, trying to do this. So
All
you know
right,
that
here
puts it
we
into
go.
perspective how much it goes into producing and hosting and all that sort of stuff, guys. So
There's a button.
Hello, Chris.
Yes.
Phenomenal
you doing, Chris?
race tonight, mate.
What was I doing?
absolutely awesome, mate. You up 10 positions tonight, mate. Well done.
Yeah, and had a bit of fuel. Had to do a little splash at the end. So me and my teammate both had to do a splash at the end. So I dropped 1 position. He dropped, I think, 2 or 3.
Yeah, I
So,
wondered because at one point you were actually up 13 positions. So I was like, wow, holy hell, what a drive. Driven out of your skin, mate. So well done.
yeah, I was getting held up in my first stint. So I was like, I might as well come in, try and maximise, the fresh air, and managed to, grab a few more spots, which was good.
Very nice, very nice. Is there any sponsors you'd like to thank tonight?
I just thank my teammate Ken or Luke for taking me on board and having faith in me to drive his car around the track.
Nice, very nice. Oh, very nice. That was we're gonna well have an awesome night. Thank you very much for the action tonight, and we're gonna go over and talk to our race leader, I believe. So much love and keep safe, mate.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much, Chris. Great racing tonight, mate. All right, let's see if we can get a couple more guys in here. We're looking for... Okay.
Phenomenal racing. I'm loving this V8.
Oh, mate, it's just getting better and better.
It is. But I tell you what, I do love all the different race series. And I really love those radicals. Those radicals are just off the chain. It's so cool.
We're going to grab Braden. I can't find Peter. I can't see him anywhere, so we're going to drag Braden in.
They might have pulled Peter into the other.
Yeah, I just had a look. I can't see him in there. But anyway, we're going to drag the race leader in, have a quick chat with him, and congratulate him on his race tonight.
Nice. Braden, how are you, bro?
Good.
What a race, mate. Brilliantly done. Well done, mate.
Cheers. Yeah, it was not too bad.
Not too bad, mate. The way you pushed out the pits and held on for a couple more laps just to really start pushing that the time between first and second, mate, was phenomenal.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Stefan didn't go in a little bit earlier, to be honest. I was sort of holding out for him to jump in the pits, and I was just going to sort of cover the next lap, but he sort of stayed out, and I thought I'll keep going while the gap was getting bigger and bigger.
We actually thought you were only going to go 1 more, and next minute you've gone 3 more, and all of a sudden in the pits, and managed to only lose essentially 3 spots. So very, very well played by you there tonight, mate.
Yeah, it was handy getting the good jump off the restart at the start and try and sort of put a dent into the draft and get away was good.
Very, very well done. Who would you like to thank tonight as well?
Yeah, obviously, first of all, just quick condolences to the Fishy Motorsport boys. Obviously, some tragedies happened, so best wishes with them. Just thank the Locked On lads and Brewster.coffee, one of the sponsors. And yeah, and the Locked On iRacing podcast, if you want to hear about all the happenings in the local iRacing community.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for taking a bit of time to drop down with us, mate. And again, fantastic race tonight. We really look forward to seeing you and the team as the series goes on.
Cheers, boys. Have a good night.
You too, mate.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant racing tonight.
Yeah, it has been. I was really looking forward to have a chat with Peter Morris, but I can't see him in any of the rooms, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Have you got an idea of anyone you want to pull in? Anyone that you thought raced extremely well tonight that we could have a chat with? I think 3 people.
I reckon we have a talk to Stefan as well, because see his point of view from that after Braden. Braden was a bit was waiting for Stefan to pit so then he could keep away from him. So
yeah, that's
might
true.
be good to see his point of view as well.
All right. He's in the green room. Let's drag him down real quick, guys. We're going to have a chat to Stefan Lawrence.
Oh, here we
G'day,
go.
Stefan.
Hey,
How are you, mate?
Stefan.
Not too bad yourself, boys.
Mate, we're ecstatic. Phenomenal racing by the whole group tonight. Not just the front runners, but everybody right down into the back of the pack. You guys put on an absolute show.
Yeah, oh, mate, I always do my best. Always, always try and give it 110. Just did the 12-hour as well today, so
What
bit
today?
buggered. Yeah,
And
I
then you
did
just
it.
backed it up with this.
Yeah, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, done that.
Bloody hell,
Wow.
that's a serious commitment. How did you
Yeah.
find the old strategy with Braden Martin? Braden Martin, we just had a chat with him. He was saying that he pitted a lot later, and we were asking him about it. He was saying that he pitted a bit later because he was waiting for you to pit, but then you pitted a bit later, so then he was like, "Oh, I've got to go in." So,
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I was losing, man, those tires went out pretty quick. I was trying to hold out as much as I could. Then I had Schultz behind me catching, so I'm like, well, don't want him to catch. So I tried to go at the 50-minute mark, and then I could, put in some decent times in the last stint to hopefully catch Braden. But I'm happy I'm happy I got second and I got points on the board, and I'm still leading, I hope, the championship. So that's the goal.
brilliant work, mate. Brilliant work. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Oh yeah, I'd like to thank Riot Racing for obviously taking me in. They took me in last week, and they've been awesome. They've welcomed me. It's been great. I'd just like to thank Bliss Homes, Captain Custom Work, FU Suicide, and Jason Cassar Floor Sanding as well. I'd like to thank them for supporting me, and I'm happy to do it. Happy to race all the time.
Well,
My
mate,
hobby.
we're happy to have you in this series with us because you're putting on an absolute show, and that's all we could ask for is you guys get out there, have some fun, put on a show for the viewers and us at home. So thank you so much for doing that for us tonight.
No, that's all good. Yeah,
Your debut,
part of the
mate.
business. Part of the business.
Awesome, mate. Well, congratulations on finishing second tonight, and I'm sure you need some well needed rest after the 12-hour, and then getting into a short enduro tonight. So we'll let you be, and again, well done on your second placing tonight, mate.
No, thank you guys. I'll see you guys next week.
Sure will, mate.
Enjoy. See you then.
Thanks.
All right. Well, I think we might round this up tonight, guys. It has been an absolute solid night of racing. A few technical difficulties at the beginning, but I'm glad we got that all sorted out. And we didn't miss any of the phenomenal racing. So, huge shout out to our sponsors, DSL Welding. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. So, huge shout out to all our subscribers and followers and viewers tonight. Thank you so much for coming along and joining us. Go check us out on Facebook, Twitch. We also have a Discord that you can join in and come have a chat with us. And if you want to get involved with some iRacing, let us know. Some of us might be able to point you in the right direction. And
There's plenty of series on. There's plenty of leagues and all that sort of stuff. And Saturday night mayhems as well, guys.
yes.
Just, on a side note, anybody wants to come and race some craziness, come along.
Yeah, Saturday night mayhem is just for the mayhem where people can relax. We don't have to worry about our iRacing rankings or anything like that. Rules get turned off and we all have a bit of fun. So, yeah. Again, also Todd, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It has been a pleasure commentating by your side and running the cameras for you.
Thank you very much. Producer to the stars, did an awesome job as always. And as we go through the weeks as well, we just fine tune this and get better and better. And feeling good. The racing keeps on getting better, and we just grow with the races, I think so.
Yeah, that's the thing. Especially me being new to iRacing, learning the races and the teams, I think will be a bit of a thing to work on. But I've definitely been taking notes throughout the race, as well as notes where I can sort of adjust things and fix things up as we go. But again, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure, and I hope we are able to capture some amazing racing for you all. And And if you did like it and you enjoy watching SRW, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button for us tonight to let us know that you enjoyed our stream tonight.
Yeah. Much love and keep safe, legends.